/Vermilion_series. This is the Vortex Weekly event for Tekken 7. I'm joined by Stu, the commentator here. He is setting himself up. We're watching MrFlubbs versus SubZero, Eddie versus Gigas. On Infinite stage, by the way.
Absolutely. So, yeah, the thing is that we know that Eddie gets quite a bit off of the wall stuff. MrFlubbs has shown an Infinity for the Infinite stages.
Yeah.
I mean, is it just a habit that he picked up from playing Eliza so much?
I would say so, but not just that. It actually complements Eddie's game plan because Eddie has a very good backdash. So you can just, and a general like good keep out game plan, right? Like hit and run style.
I mean,
so
good generally evasive character, mixing up the stances and whatnot. I would imagine that confounds SubZero to an extent.
Yes, correct. So I feel like there will be a point where Flubbs just gets a life lead and makes SubZero really, really work for it.
I would imagine not only is it just better for MrFlubbs in that sense, but also you're thinking about who your opponent is. Gigas, you do not want to get wall splatted by that.
Right.
So.
Yeah, so that's like off the table in this stage, right?
And MrFlubbs, and allowing MrFlubbs to play with just a little bit more confidence, and it's showing right now, up 2-0. MrFlubbs showing a lot of potency with this Eddie as of late. I mean, what has been the most impressive thing for you from watching this Eddie come forth?
I just think hitting him, honestly, it sounds so simple, but this character's movement is nothing to be understated. He really just makes you, he wants you to come in, but then he doesn't allow you, right? So just trying to hit him in general, especially when you're down on life. Yeah. So he'll just really, really make you work for it. So and if you don't have a character that can like do something about that, then you're gonna have a really tough time. Like here, it's just, what do you do? Yeah,
it's just quick stick the foot out.
Yeah, and he tried to go for a Hail Mary there, because if he had gotten that, if it worked, it would have been the round for SubZero. But unfortunately, Flubbs was like, nope, I'm not letting you. I'm just keeping you out at a foot's at legs distance, and you just gotta have to hold that. And then also Gigas being such a big character, he can't really move laterally, right?
Yeah.
To avoid those like quick moves that keep out. So just like even another hurdle. I think it just really hard.
You're a 2D character in a 3D game. It's a lot of those characters that we see struggling with that. It kind of prevents them from going up a little bit. But I mean, what is the difference between a character like Jack 7, who I think we see quite a bit, in terms of commonality, and we see players like Anakin do so well at the top level of the game with this character, versus like, what's the difference between that and Gigas? Because I mean, at least from an aesthetic perspective, they're both very bulky. They both have extremely long reach.
Yeah.
You would think that they'd be able to succeed despite the challenges that a sidestepping character would entail.
I think it really comes down to legacy of the character. Jack being in the game since forever, practically, he has so many moves that you have to force to be like play around on.
I mean, that jackhammer is just like, it defines the game most of the time.
Yeah, and again, he has those not just like so many different moves from Legacy, but also moves that kind of control.
Oh, no.
Yeah, this should be death. This should be death.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Easy combo. Okay, we don't drop those.
We're talking about powerhouses, man.
Yeah.
So your contention, and I am inclined to agree with it. It makes sense. Just the legacy, because characters don't really change all that much from game to game.
They just get added stuff.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like, because especially in Street Fighter, I mean, Vega feels very different from game to game. Like Ken, maybe not so much, but the Shotos are kind of the sort of base. They are sort of the control in the experiment always and forever.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I guess you don't really get that as much in Tekken. Certainly, Eddie, you have a lot of stuff to work with from game to game, and as movement changes, not really all that much. But I would think, like with Gigas, you're seeing some pretty impressive stuff from SubZero, despite not a whole lot of evidence that the character can succeed at the really throughout from game to game, going back and forth from that.
Nice whiff punish there with the down 2. Almost just a bit shy off the wall here. Okay. That move is punishable, but it's a bit tricky because he gets put in that evasive stance. And the handstand throw, you cannot tech that. Yep.
Goodness me. MrFlubbs is on the warpath back. And
you know, this character being so evasive, it does take advantage of one of SubZero's like habits of pressing jab after like a lot of situations. So if you can really take advantage of that, you're gonna have a lot of success. And again, especially this character Eddie being so evasive. So
yeah, I mean it does kind of make sense. It's a little disorienting seeing this stage and not seeing a Xiaoyu along with it. I will say that, but. Oh, the trade!
Yeah, the delay. But now you got to guess here. Oh, nice low parry.
Beautiful stuff, and SubZero able to take it to round 5.
Yeah. Showing signs of life here.
And that's what I've noticed throughout the weeks that I've been here. SubZero, just as a player, has that killer instinct, knows how to bring sets to that final round to that crucial moment, and is able to close things out. But MrFlubbs is just a different kind of beast altogether. Gets the pickup and over to the wall. Gigas is going to be put into the red race drive. Could it get interrupted?
Yep.
That is huge. MrFlubbs with a huge psychological advantage and is going to go up 2-0 in this best-of-5 set. And SubZero looking just a little confounded by what MrFlubbs was offering, especially at that last game. But so far before that as well, those games 2 and 3, round 2 and 3, excuse me.
I think there, MrFlubbs, he had so much life that he did not want to risk having to be put in such a 50-50 moment. So that was really, really smart play and good awareness from Flubbs there. And I want to see how SubZero adapts here. I really want to see just more. That was a good attempt to try to punish the move, but we got to get a bit more creative in how we approach the matchup. I do get feelings of matchup unfamiliarity with certain moves, and MrFlubbs is just kind of taking advantage of that. Yeah, nice block there, and that is going to be a punish. Eddie does have a 13-frame while standing punish, and that move that SubZero did is -14. So,
I mean, it kind of makes you think, because this is a scene that has been influenced so heavily by Commanda.
Yes.
So it's a very defensively based scene. You see, proteges of his. People like Fat Boy. People, I mean, maybe not so much Big Dame, but sort of adopting that mindset and making sure that they go forward with defense in mind.
Yes.
It's a scene full of immovable objects. MrFlubbs, at long last, has presented an unstoppable force, and so many people are struggling to kind of come to terms with that.
The low kick.
Yeah. I mean, SubZero had to get something done.
Yeah.
You need to garner some sort of momentum, but MrFlubbs is so good at mixing them up just when you think you have the answers. MrFlubbs changes the question.
Yeah, I mean, that's what that was one of the situations I was explaining about SubZero responding to offense with jabs. And so, it's jabs in this game are high property. You can take advantage of that and go under them. And then that's exactly what MrFlubbs did there.
Oh, the headbutt?
Yep.
It keeps winding up for these big swings, but the thing about big swings is that they often lead to strikeouts, and MrFlubbs is one round away from a Grand Finals appearance on winner's side.
Nice block, and that is going to be a punish. And it's going to make SubZero pay dearly for that. That's going to be full. Oh, there's a big boy combo. And the unblock.
Oh, man.
Yeah, you cannot take that grab. Do it again.
Look at these Tims, bro. Look at the Tims. Goodness gracious me. MrFlubbs styling and profiling all the way to a 3-0 victory. Goodness gracious. I choking on the salivation that I'm seeing from this offense, my guy.
Yeah,
it's just that appealing.
What we just saw there was...
Give me some water, damn it.
was truly so it highlighted MrFlubbs like game style, game plan right there, taking advantage of the momentum shift and being like, okay, he's just going to block, so I'm going to take advantage of that. I'm going to hit you with a grab that you cannot break. You just have to duck it. And he saw how he hit him twice with it, and then just low kick to finish it off.
He got so much mileage out of that grab too. Just nothing was able to get blocked. Nothing was able to get broken. SubZero, you have to think that adjustment is going to be there going forward. We've seen him do some amazing things in loser's side. However, this day on winner's side belongs to MrFlubbs, sitting on winner's side Grands. Familiar position, once with the Eliza and now with the Eddie.
Yes.